This is a practical on JSTL demonstration. JSTL is nothing but Java Standard Tag Library. There are 5 tag libraries in this. The very first one is core. The next one is SQL. The third one is XML. The next one is formatting tag library. And the last one is function tag library. In this particular practical, we are going to see the use of core tag library. So first of all, create a new project. Java web application. Next, I am giving it a title as JSTL demonstration. Next and finish. Now in index.html, firstly change the title to JSTL Demo. Now here you are supposed to create a form which has 3 fields. One is the first name, the next one is the last name, and the third one is a number. So type of the third field is number. Please note this, type of the third field is number, it is not text. Okay, name of the first field is UF name, that is user first name. The name of the second field is UL name, that is user last name, and the name of the third field is input. We are going to need these names in our second file, that is JSTL Demo.jsp. So let us create this particular file, JSTL Demo.jsp. So right click on the project, say JSP, and you will give the name exactly as how I have written, JSTL Demo, whereas JSTL and D is capital. So just click on next, ensure that JSP standard syntax is only selected, nothing else is to be selected, and say finish. Now in this particular file you will write the following code that I have given. You can pause the video and type this code. Now what we are doing is we are accessing the first name. So whenever we want to print something, we will use C:out. Now every tag library that we have has a initial sign. So core tag library, it is C. Function tag library, it is FL. XML tag library, it is X. SQL tag library, it is SQL. So every tag library that we have has a particular sign. So C: is a sign for core tag library. Out means you want to display something on the screen, and what you want to display, that we write in the value attribute. So value is equal to, inside double quotation we write the expression. I have explained an expression language practical also. Whenever you are writing an expression, you write it as dollar opening curly braces, the expression closing curly braces. So now we are having param dot uf name. Similarly, last name param dot ul name. Right? Now there is another tag which is available in the core tag library, that is set. Set allows you to set the value of a particular variable. So var is nothing but the name of the variable, here my count, and value is nothing but the value that we want to assign. So we are setting a value to my count as 750, and we are printing that value using cout. Please note that you should have closing tags everywhere. So how to write the closing tag? C:out. Just as you write the closing tag for any HTML tag, similarly you write the closing tag for this. Now we are going to see the use of if. Give the br tag wherever necessary so that the next things will come on the new line. Now if does not have the else part, it is only if. So only the true part is present. So here what we are checking, whether the input that is given by the user in the index.html file, is it greater than or equal to 25. And we are writing your count is greater than or equal to 25. Obviously, if your count is not greater than 25, nothing will be displayed over here. The next one is a set of tags that are always used together, that is choose, when and otherwise. This is just like your switch case. So in choose tag we have multiple when tags, and every when tag has a test. Test is nothing but your condition. Here we are checking if the input is less than 25, or the input is greater than 25, or the input is equal to 25. Now if none of the when conditions are true, then otherwise tag will be executed. So this is similar to your switch case and default, but instead of switch we have choose, instead of case we have when, and instead of default we have otherwise. Now next thing that we have is for each loop. For each loop has three basic arguments in it, four basic arguments rather. One is var, that is your variable. Next one is begin, the starting point of your loop. Then is end, the ending point of your loop. So here the loop begins from 1 till 50. Step is nothing but by what step will you increment. So when I write 5, from 1 it will go to 5, from 5 it will go to 10, from 10 it will go to 15, so on and so forth. And then we are simply printing the count. How to print the count? C:out space value is equal to, inside double quotations, $count. So let us quickly execute this code and see. I am supposed to enter my name, so, and value I am giving as 27. So when I submit the query, nothing is getting displayed, means something is wrong. Let us quickly check what is wrong. Now, when we are writing this code, students, you have to understand one thing. We have included the tag libraries. Every tag library has a separate link. Unless and until we are including that link, we will get the output as we are getting it. This is the mistake that many students will do. I'll repeat what is happening. You are getting the text, but nothing is displayed in front of it. Now, this is a very common mistake that each one of you can make. How will you correct it? Very simple. You have to go to the page directive and you have to press enter. Exactly at this position, you will type this particular line. What is this line? Angle bracket, %sign @taglib, prefix is equal to C. I told you for core tag library the prefix is C, and URI is equal to http://java.sun.com/JSTL/core_RT. This is _RT. Okay. So once you are done with this, now if you run the code, everything will run perfectly. Now students, when you get this error, what will you do? You will read what the error says. It says quote symbol expected. So find out, is there any place where you are missing your double quotation marks? Okay. So can you see this error over here? What does it say? Quote symbol expected. So where the quote is expected? In the values. So when I put the double quotation marks here, the error goes away. Now if you try to run the code again, you will have to check whether it is running correctly or no. Okay. So in this practical, I have taught you about two errors. One, when you get blank value, what will you do? You will add the taglib tag with the prefix C and URI as the link that is provided. And another thing that you will do is you will solve 500 error you will check whether the quotes are present or no. So 500 error will come whenever there is any mistake in your file. So you have to check the syntax in your file. You have to check whether all the variables are defined properly in your file. You have to check whether all the double quotation marks are present in your file or no. So these are the two errors that we have discussed so far in this particular practical. So let us go ahead. Now you can see actually the entire code is clearly executing and you are getting your output. So first name Aditi, last name Samudra, the set value that we had set 750. We had entered the count as 27, so your count is greater than or equal to 25. And the choose when and otherwise output is your count is greater than 25. And obviously for each you are getting plus 5. So 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 plus 5 is 11, 11 plus 5 is 16, 16 plus 5 is 21, so on and so forth. Now if you want the answer as 5, 10, no, you want the table of 5, then what will you do? Very simple, you will make following changes. You start from 5. You end at 50 and you give the step as 5. So when you run this, now I am entering the input as 20. Obviously, as I told you, if will not give you any input output because only if condition is there where we are checking greater than or equal to 25. So anything less than 25 will give you blank output. Choose when otherwise is giving you a correct output, and for each your output is 5, 10, 25, 20, so on and so forth. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and so on. So if you want to have a table of 2, you will write 2 over here, you will write 20 over here, and your step will be of 2. So let us run this code again. Now this time I am going to enter some dummy names very quickly. Value I am providing as 30. And can you see the table of 2? That's it for this practical. Again, an important practical.